I don't think that the Democratic Party, or really a lot of the liberal voters, understand how damaging the loss of credibility is and how far and wide it's going to reverberate. Because why don't you explain to me why Marjorie Taylor Greene is talking about the women and children of Gaza and how we need to stop bombing them and funding the Israeli regime? And so many of these so called liberals and progressives on the Democratic side haven't said shit. Listen, I don't want to.
So, this is for all our wonderful young people on the left that are fighting so hard for what's good and what's right. Just to be careful about using these universal terms like always, everybody, all the time, because when you paint Marjorie Taylor Greene as doing so much more than all of the Democrats, for example, it almost is a kind of red pill terminology. You take young people who are just learning about politics and don't know which way to lean, and when you use those kind of universal terms, it's inaccurate and it's not in context and it doesn't tell the whole story. And a young person might end up voting for the Republican Party because of the way that people on the left are elevating Marjorie Taylor Greene right now. The fact of the matter is, currently in Congress, there are 13 congressmen and women who take $0 from AIPAC. All Democrats, they're all progressive. You can look it up. And they have been fighting for the people of Gaza proudly, loudly, with anger. And they've been calling out the corruption from Netanyahu, not only since the attack in October, but before then, in terms of Israel's influence on our government and our politicians. They have posted on social media all the time. They've gone on interviews and talked about it. They've brought it up in debates, and they have lost a lot. They've been silenced. They've lost coveted seats and elevation within the Democratic Party because they've been doing what Marjorie Taylor Greene just decided at the last minute to do. And Marjorie Taylor Greene did very little. And these other Democrats have risked years in politics to fight for what's right. So there's context there. There's also been a ton of candidates who've run on the Democratic ticket on the same issues, fighting for Gaza, calling out the corruption. And they have lost these elections because AIPAC has come in and funded their Republican counterparts. That's happened. You've got candidates right now running like Zohran Mamdani who've been very vocal about being in support of the people of Gaza and calling out what's happening to them. Marjorie Taylor Greene literally shows up at the 11th hour, right when a peace deal's been brokered, and makes a post and makes a comment. And all of a sudden, she's doing more than the entire Democratic Party. She's doing more, she's saying more than the entire Democratic Party. We could be here the rest of the year creating content on just the 13 Democrats who've been outspoken. That's who deserves to be spoken about, not Marjorie Taylor Greene. And the Republicans will never call out the corruption of Israel because 100% of them take AIPAC money and they're evangelical and believe in Israel and the Bible and all those sorts of things. So just be really careful about how you're framing this because the Republicans are not the good guys. Not even Marjorie Taylor Greene is. And the Democratic Party does have good guys within it fighting the good fight.